this. My recollection way back to 1992. And we were going to bring up a conversation with John Glazer about high school. Right.
See you again.
Well, because look, she affected the city, she affected the fire district. You know, she did the construction of the high school. And I wanted to say that. I wanted to let you know. Okay. And I think last night was, I understand, you know, as a Catholic, I want more rosary, but then I thought, the hell with it. I'm thinking, going, I'm going, wait a minute. I think we already did 10. Anyway, thank you. Yeah, okay.
If I could ever get Mark to stop socializing, I mean, he's socializing, but he forgets he got the duties. I know.
Out there, Chad.
Candy, so it's...
There you go. Good evening, everyone. I'll call to order our regular American Canyon Fire Protection District meeting for April 28th, 2026. If I could have everyone stand and, as we say, our Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Madam Clerk, can you do roll call, please?
Board Member Cruz?
Here.
Board Member Lamatina?
Here.
Board Member Oro?
Here.
Vice Chair Joseph?
Here.
And Chair Washington.
Here. Report on closed session and confirmation of reportable actions. Mr. Ross?
Mr. Chairman, members of the board, members of the public, Beth, the board convened an open session at 5:30, and after determining there were no comments, public comments on the matters agendized for closed session, adjourned to closed session at 5:30. They concluded closed session at 6:30, and with respect to the matters considered, I will do a written report upon return from closed session, consistent with the provisions of Government Code Section 54957.1B. That would conclude the report unless there are questions.
Any questions from the board? Seeing none, thank you, Mr. Ross. Moving on to proclamations and presentations, there actually are no ceremonial items or presentation to bring forward this evening. However, before we proceed tonight with our agenda, the Fire District would like to take a moment to honor the life and the legacy of our dear friend and mother of American Canyon, Fran Lemos. Fran, in my opinion, and I'm sure the board wouldn't disagree with me, was truly an icon for our city, and often referred to as the mother of American Canyon. So on behalf of the Fire District, I extend our heartfelt condolences to her family, her friends. We had her rosary yesterday, and she has touched each and every one of our lives. I also want to do a moment of silence for her in remembrance of Fran. Thank you.
And Chair, I just wanted to read a little something that I had on here too. I don't know if it was in your guys' packet, and real quick for Fran.
That's fine. I know you're going to read something, and I believe Mr. Ross.
And Mr. Ross has something
Yes.
he'd like to say too. Thank you. First of all, I'd like to thank everybody for showing up and support. I know a lot of people are here for Fran. We have Franny in the front there. Thank you all for coming tonight. This evening, we would like to take a moment to honor the life and legacy of Fran Lemos. Fran was a dedicated public servant and one of the early founders of the city of American Canyon. She also served as a board member of the American Canyon Fire Protection District and the American Canyon Water District, helping shape the services and community we know today. Her leadership, vision, and commitment to the community left a lasting impact that continues to be felt throughout American Canyon. I think we all see that today. She will be remembered for her integrity, generosity, and deep dedication to the well-being of others. You may have also noticed Franny here this evening, a small children's fire engine originally purchased in the 1980s that was restored. Over the years, many of our community, especially the children, have enjoyed it. It serves as a simple but meaningful tribute to Fran and her lasting connection to the community. We've already done a moment of silence, so I'm not going to do that. But again, I want to thank everybody here, and Mr. Ross had something to say.
Thank you, Chief. Mr. Ross?
Thank you, Chair. Chair, board members, members of the public, Beth Marcus, representatives of the family. I first recall contact with Fran in a 1992 meeting of the American Canyon Fire Protection District. Former Chief Caldwell and 2B Supervisor Caldwell were present. The issue was a continued effort of getting the incorporation of the city, and Fran made the remark that, quote, the right things needed to be done, close quote. That admonition, the right thing needs to be done, close quote, directed at public officials, including this speaker, was delivered in different tones, sometimes stern, sometimes solicitous, but always with respect to do the right thing, meaning accomplish the right governmental action that would benefit the fire district or the city. No one was immune from Fran Lemos's oversight. It didn't matter if you were a member of the fire board, the city council, the Napa County Board of Supervisors, a member of Congress, or any public official. Fran would advance the duty to do the right thing at any time. This admonition was equally applicable to the private sector, as longtime developers within the city have expressed on several occasions. Again, the admonition was they should do the right thing. She did the same thing with respect to the construction of the American Canyon High School. The Napa Valley Unified School District Superintendent John Glazer, who happened to be my college roommate, in 2003 indicated in a rather lengthy phone call that I still remember that he had been told by Fran Lemos absolutely everything that was necessary to construct the high school. Every step, every governmental action, and there had been the admonition. Don't you think that would be the right thing to do? Said rhetorically. Fran Lemos became a part of the fabric of the city, fire district, and I will miss her logic and her incredibly friendly demeanor. We need to honor her legacy and ensure that future generations understand how central she was to the creation of the city, the preservation of the fire district, and the building of the high school. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ross, and we love you, Fran. Moving on this evening for public comment. At this time, I'll open up public comment for items that are not on tonight's agenda. You'll have 3 minutes to make your comment. Please identify yourself when you come up.
I don't know which one of these is the best one. Well, my name is Joan Bennett. I live at 125 Andrew Road in American Canyon. Moved there in 1965, so I've been here for a long time. But what I really want to say, I never get a chance to do this. We have the absolute finest fire district ever. Our firefighters are efficient, they're knowledgeable, they're friendly, they're all of those things. They participate in community events and do things like that. I couldn't be prouder of the fire district than I am today. Thank you.
Thank you, Joan, and I'll second that. Any other speakers? Anyone online, Madam Clerk?
No, Chair.
Thank you. Then I'll close public comment, and I will move to agenda changes. Are there any agenda changes? Seeing none, I'll accept the motion to accept the consent calendar.
I think we need to have our district council make a few comments on one of the consent items.
If none of the matters are going to be taken off consent, both agenda items 10 and 11 involve decisions with respect to managerial positions within the fire district. By their plain meaning, you can see it deals with the acting fire chief, the assistant fire chief, and those would be subject to being note and subject to the so-called Bell rule. So for purposes of your action on those, they do contain matters dealing with management compensation, which is specifically noted for the record.
So maybe I missed, are we pulling those two, or are we not pulling those? We're not pulling those two, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, then I will entertain a motion.
I'll make that motion.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. Madam Clerk, can you do roll call, please?
Board Member Cruz?
Yes.
Board Member Lamatina?
Yes.
Board Member Oro?
Yes.
Vice Chair Joseph?
Yes.
Chair Washington?
Yes. Moving on to public hearing. We have one item on public hearing tonight. That is item number 12, a public hearing resolution of formation, special landowner election and authorization of special tax for community facilities, District 1, Giovanni Logistic Park. Chief, will you be presenting?
Yeah, thank you, Board. As you're aware, the last couple of meetings we've had, I've discussed that we came back to the board and started the notice or recommendation resolution to an intent to form a couple months ago and just start the process over. So we had this started a couple years ago, got held up in litigation, and we're at that part where it got held up in litigation last time, which was actually forming the CFD. We decided, because there had been longer than 18 months from the time that the initial intent to form had been adopted and never got formed, that we'd start the process over just to make sure that we did everything clean from start to finish. So we've had the public hearing, and on March 24th, 2026, the board adopted the resolution of intent to form the American Canyon Fire Protection District Community Facilities District number 1 with the Giovanoni Logistics Park pursuant to the Melrose Community Facilities Act 1982, which is contained also in the Fire District Act. Proposed CFD will fund fire protection and emergency medical services required to support the development of this project. And within the project area, the CFD includes 157.37 acres, taxable acres, and public hearing has been properly noticed for April 28th of 2026. At the public hearing, which is what we're recommending today as well, the board will consider the formation of the CFD number 1 and the levy of the special tax. If the board determines that the majority protest exists, it may be adopted for the resolution of formation. Pursuant to Melrose Act, a special election must be conducted as there are fewer than 12 registered voters within the CFD area. The election is conducted as a landover election with votes weighed based on land ownership. So right now, there's only one landowner within the CFD, and that is the right from the start within that 157.37 acres. A ballot representing that 157 acres has been submitted, and following the canvassing of the ballot, the board will consider the adoption of a resolution declaring the results of this election. As you can see in the back of your attachment, you will have the ballot. It's the last couple pages there that show that it went out to right to start and that it came back with a yes vote. If approved by at least 2/3 the votes cast, the board may proceed with the adoption of the ordinance authorizing a levy of the special tax. And at this time, I'll take a pause and happy to answer any questions that you guys might have. Like I said, it's something that's been agreed upon for a couple years, and it's just we're finally at that point where we were at a couple years ago before it got held up in litigation with the city of Vallejo and I believe the water rights.
Thank you, Chief Campbell. Are there any clarifying questions from the board? Seeing none, I will.
So from this point, we'll just we'll kind of have to do this in 2 segments because there's technically 2 resolutions on there, so it won't be done as one. We would, Bill, if you want to jump in here, but we're going to request that you adopt Resolution 2026-13, Giovanoni Logistics.
I think the first thing.
It's the public hearing.
This is a public hearing, so we request that they formally open the public hearing, see if there's any comment, then the matter, accept the comment, the matter comes back to the board then for consideration of resolution 2026-13.
Okay, thank you. At this time, I'd like to open up public comment for item number 12. Anybody in the room? Please identify yourself.
Mary Helms, American Canyon. I have a question. I was watching the last board meeting online. Is this the same item that wasn't supposed to be changed until 2030?
No.
Is this a separate item?
No, this is a separate item. That's you're reaching, which is our next item on the agenda, the Hess Laird properties.
Come up then. Thank you.
Any other comments in the room? Seeing none in the room, anyone online?
No, Chair.
Thank you. I'll close public comment for that item number 12. Return back to you, Chief.
Now be appropriate, for the board to consider resolution 2026-13, possible motion to approve by reading title only.
I'm happy to make that motion. I just wanted to make the comment that it's encouraging to me because over, I don't know how long this has taken, 4 or 5 years, I'm excited that the property owner is still committed to moving through with this project because if for no other reason than he voted yes to create this CFD and tax themselves. And that secondarily, it also means that the fire district will be generating a substantial amount of money, which ultimately means our 3rd battalion chief, which has kind of been on hold for financial reasons, has a much better chance of moving forward as well. So with that in mind, I am happy to make a motion that we adopt resolution number 2026-13, a resolution of formation of the American Canyon Fire Protection District Community Facilities District Number 1, the Giovannoni Logistics Park in Napa County, California.
Thank you, sir. We have a motion on the table
I second.
and a second. Madam Clerk, can you do roll call, please?
Board Member Cruz?
Yes.
Board Member Lamatina?
Yes.
Board Member Oro?
Yes.
Vice Chair Joseph?
Yes.
Chair Washington?
Yes, and I agree with the Vice Chair that the property owner has been committed to our city, so thank you.
That is encouraging.
Yes.
And then secondarily, if there's no other comments, I'll make a resolution, or won't make one, but I'll move to the adoption of one, resolution number 2026-14, a resolution declaring the results of the special landowner election for American Canyon Fire Protection District Community Facilities District Number 1, Giovannoni Logistics Park in Napa County, California.
I second.
We have a second. Can we get a roll call again, please? Madam Clerk?
Board Member Cruz?
Yes.
Board Member Lamatina?
Yes.
Board Member Oro?
Yes.
Vice Chair Joseph?
Yes.
And Chair Washington?
Yes.
Thank you, Board. Bill, did you have additional comments on that?
I think the board should be aware that with the adoption of the last resolution, that resolution will be forwarded to the appropriate county officials, and ministerially, the matter then would be included effective January 1, 2027 on the tax roll. That would be the only
That-
comment, unless there are questions.
Okay, any question from the board? Seeing none, and I kind of want to return back to, was your question for the next item or for one of these two items? It was for the next item. Oh, okay, just wanted to make sure. Okay. So moving on to our next business item. Next business item, we only have one item. Item number 13, property tax sharing agreement between the County of Napa and the City of American Canyon and American Canyon Fire District. Chief Campbell?
I'm going to go ahead and refer this one to Bill to go ahead and elaborate on it.
Mr.
Okay,
Ross?
so the staff report was prepared by both Chief Campbell and myself. I would note parenthetically, it reflects direction that was given by the fire board at the last meeting to see if there could be resolution reached with respect to the involved landowners and the county for some type of safety valve, if you will, to address issues for adequate funding for the fire district should, after the implementation of the entire proceeding, and I would note that the property tax sharing agreement between the County of Napa, City of American Canyon Fire Protection District is part of a larger action before LAFCO, on which the County Board of Supervisors will consider a comparable agreement on May 5th, and the matter would then proceed for consideration before LAFCO at their June 1st meeting. Basically, this matter, which is the property tax allocation agreement between the three governmental agencies referenced, began over a year ago. I believe one of the matters that brought it forward was from a gentleman on the screen, Clark Morrison, dated January 25, 2025, indicating that the landowners wish to annex to the Fire Protection District. As the staff report notes, it was different from the rationale from past annexations, as there was an assurance, or there was the request from the landowners that annexation was appropriate to assure, among other things, the availability of insurance based on information that in other areas of the county and the limited applicability of the California Fair Plan for insurance was not available. Obviously, the owners, maybe not obviously, they also sought assurance of shorter response times, which would be afforded by their inclusion within the district. Revenue and Taxation Code Section 99 requires that all parties to a reorganization, and a reorganization is a collective term of the Cortese-Knox-Hertzberg Local Reorganization Act of 2000. It's the enabling statute for LAFCO. Anybody coming before, any public agency coming before LAFCO for a change of organization, meaning moving the boundary lines, has to have a property tax allocation agreement. After the application was made, your board appointed a subcommittee to deal with the issue. As indicated earlier, the instruction was given by the entire board to see if there could be some modification to what would be an otherwise normal agreement with a specific percentage allocation to the fire district, and that was achieved. There is a provision, as noted in the staff report and as specifically noted in the agreement, that should the matter proceed and the fire district does have difficulty in meeting its financial obligations, then the city and the fire district would meet to see if there could be a method for addressing that issue. The matter is related to a larger issue as indicated, but the specific allocation of the property tax is set forth in the agreement, which is Exhibit 2 to the attachments. The proposed resolution reflects the exception as indicated and otherwise complies with the format that has been accepted and used by the Napa County LAFCO with respect to other reorganizations. That would conclude the staff presentation unless there are questions. Ultimately, for your consideration is a resolution that would adopt the property tax allocation agreement.
Thank you, Mr. Ross. Are there any clarifying questions from the board? I see there is. Vice Chair.
Yes, just for clarification, the terms are that the district gets 5% plus 100% of the structural fire property tax. Do we know what that percentage is? It used to be 2 or 3%.
It's roughly 3.3.
Okay.
So
Okay.
with the sheet that was presented to us, initially it was a 3.3, and then it was just slightly under the 5%. So I think that's been clarified. So it'll be roughly 8.33%
Okay.
of the 1%.
So we were trying to get a little higher, but that's better than
We were trying to
nothing.
get higher, but it's also nice that we got some language in there because
Exactly.
with 281 acres, it's going to impact the district. It's going to increase call volume. There's going to put needs on the district that now we have some language in there that we can hopefully fall back on to help the district out in the future with our needs.
Precisely. And I think it's appropriate, as much as it would have been easy for the city and the district to say, okay, our solution is we'll just take more from the county, but that might not have been as realistic as saying, we'll live with our share. And I do think there may be other options. I mean, certainly one approach is sharing property tax. We could also talk about doing other things such as a community facilities district to augment the revenues. So I think the agreement is as reasonable as it can be, given that you're dealing with essentially 3 jurisdictions, and it's always harder to negotiate with 3 than 2, and so on. So I'm happy with the language as presented.
Yeah,
Thank
and
you.
I did meet with the city, with the county as well, and the county's already taking a lesser amount than they normally would make. I believe it's usually around a 1/5 that they would usually take, and they're breaking it down to 1/6. So it's actually they've already kind of gone lower than they want to go.
Which is a good thing, because the city, I think, had a good argument, which is we're taking on a housing obligation, and that housing comes with it higher costs. So you can't split the finances but unload all your burdens. So I think it came out okay.
Thank you for that question. Anyone else on the board with a clarifying question? Seeing none at this time, I'd like to open up the public comment for item number 13. Mary?
Mary Helms, American Canyon. Just a quick question. So, if I recall correctly, it was voted on to not change this until 2030, is that correct? By the citizens of American Canyon? Yes or no?
I'll let Mr. Ross.
Okay, so in the staff report, it's related to a larger action, right, before LAFCO. This is just a property tax allocation agreement by the fire district. Part of the larger action involves annexation of the parcel to the city, also involves Paoli Watson Lane. And at issue with that is the urban limit line. The urban limit line resulted from an action of the people. That's in effect to 2030.
Correct.
Okay.
So that is not this, then? This
No.
portion of it has nothing to do with what the citizens voted on?
It's part of a larger action that would go before LAFCO, but this action does not deal with that. It's only an agreement as to the allocation of the property tax among the three governmental agencies referenced.
Very good, thank you.
Yeah, if I can also add to that, the fire district was never subject to the urban limit line agreement, so technically, we aren't bound by the provisions. Right, it comes with remembering you're wearing two different hats, so which hat is on at the time, and our hat today doesn't have an urban limit line. Thank you.
Thank you for that clarification. Anyone else in the audience? How about online? Or any of those?
No, Chair.
Okay. Okay, then I'll close public comment for item number 13, and I will return to council for any additional clarifying questions and/or a motion.
The board.
The board, sorry, thank you.
If there are no other questions, I move that we adopt resolution number 2026-15, a resolution approving the Hess Laird Affected Territory Property Tax Sharing Agreement.
I'll second.
We have a second. Madam Clerk, would you mind doing a roll call, please?
Board Member Cruz?
Yes.
Board Member Lamatina?
Yes.
Board Member Oro?
Yes.
Vice Chair Joseph?
Yes.
Chair Washington?
Yes. And thank you again, Chief Campbell and City Attorney Ross, for providing that information. Did I say council again?
Yeah.
It's just in my head. Yeah, no, sorry about that. Fire Chief, oral reports. Moving on to your oral report. Do you have anything for the night?
Yeah, thank you again. This last month, our USAR team worked on confined space. If you guys don't know, that's a space that's usually large enough to enter but has limited exits and entry points and is not designed for human to living space. And just part of our annual training, that recertification that we do, monthly training that the USAR team does, like we talked about last month with the rappelling that they do to keep their knowledge and skills up in those seldom used skills kind of thing. It's low frequency, but also has kind of a high risk. So they did a good job there with that. On April 10th, we also conducted the public safety portion of the Citizens Academy at the American Canyon High School. Went over very well. Actually, this is the third year that I've been a part of it with Laura, and I got to give her credit because she always keeps revamping this thing and making it more fun. But it was the most engaging that we had with the students since I've been there, with the senior class. It was actually a lot of fun to do. We also, talking about weed abatement, today we sent out all our notices for our weed abatements, and we encourage anybody that is in the public to use the city's website, the C-Click Fix, to go ahead and report any concerns that they may have, or they can also call the district. But if they want to do that, they can do it on, might have just brain farted, but they can anonymously. Thank you. See, this is why I have her with me. Thank you again. And then we had a gentleman named John Walsh come in from PG&E that I met a couple months ago, and he took over for us. We haven't done our PG&E refresher training in about 3 years. Is where they come in and do a lot more detailed. It's about a 3.5 hour, 4 hour training that he comes in and goes over electricity hazards, gas hazards, and what our response is with as a first responder. And he's the first responder representative for PG&E, so he has some insight with being a retired firefighter and also working for PG&E. And it was a great class. All members participated. He came in and covered all 3 shifts. It's something that I enjoyed doing, and we just referred it to the CERT team because I think it would also be, he's a great instructor, and I think it would be great for the CERT team to be a participant in that too. So we forwarded that information to them, and if you have any issues, please give me a call and I'll help you reach out to them. And then that concludes my report, but what I would like to ask is that we'd like to do a picture at the end after we adjourn with Franny in the front, if possible, with everybody in the audience here today. And that concludes my report.
Thank you, Chief, and that's an easy request. I don't think anybody's going to deny that one. Any closing remarks or future agenda items from the board? Seeing none, I also want to I want to give Laura some props. I attended a training seminar she did at Las Casitas with showing some of the folks at that location all the resources that the fire district provides, and they were really thankful for that. And then I also want to continue to keep Fran Lemos and her family in prayer. I thank everybody for the support that they've given her. And for the most part, we've concluded our business for this evening. Good night, American Canyon.